I've got two things, right? Back to basics. Let's go back to basics because this is where people fall. Number one, not putting aside time for your business, so not making it a priority. And then number two, knowing what to do. Those are the two biggest things that will make or break you in this business. Other than, of course, just going for it, because you just have to go for it. But you got to carve out time and you have to know what to do. Literally, when I first started my business, this is exactly how I did it. I had 30 minutes driving to work in the morning, 15 minutes to the gym, about 30 minutes driving home every day, and then I had about maybe 15 to 30 minutes every night on the computer. That was it, because I worked full time. I had a crazy schedule, so I had to find pockets of time. You are going to have to make a sacrifice in order to make your business grow. So if doing this business is a priority for you, then maybe you need to consider some things that shouldn't be a priority, at least right now. Like, for instance, going out with the girls every Friday night. 2 hours of television that you get every night before bed. Can you cut that down? Can you cut down, just looking at your schedule, like what are the non-negotiable things that I must do? But then also what are the things that are nice to do, but I could live without, right? That aren't a super top priority right now, that it's going to, if I take this time and allocate it to work my business, how can I do that? Because I will tell you this, doesn't matter how good your intentions are, if you don't plan it out, and you don't work your business like a business, if you don't have standard business hours, even if it changes from week to week, I'm going to say that again, even if it changes from week to week, so say you have a flexible schedule that changes week to week, if you don't literally sit down at the beginning of every week and say, I am going to work my business Monday these hours, Tuesday these hours, you will not do it. You won't do it. So that has to be number one. You have to block out the time from your schedule in order to do this. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It's like if you just say, oh, I'm going to get to my workout sometime during the day when I can find an hour of free time. Does it happen? No. Okay. So that's that. I have to say that. Number one, you must carve out time for your business. The second thing you need to do, and you need to do this before you sit down, is you need to know what to do. You need to know what to do. When you're working on your business, you have to know what to do. If you don't know what to do, then what's going to happen is your time block's going to come up and you're going to sit down at your computer and you're going to log in. You're going to be like, okay, now what? Okay, well, maybe I'll make a clever post. If you don't know what to do, if you don't have a plan, then when you sit down, you're going to spend the first 15, 20, 30 minutes kind of like fiddling around, trying to figure out what to do. That's a total waste of time, guys. So I'm going to tell you right now, there are 5 things. There are 5 things that you should do every single day in your business, especially your first 2 years in this business. 5 things. Are you ready for them? Number 1, read 10 pages. Some people are going to argue with me on this point and say, I listen to everything. Everything's audio for me. And you know what? In some instances, if you drive a lot, if you really literally have a physical problem with reading, then okay. But I am going to tell you that reading, when you read, your brain acts differently and your subconscious mind will do things differently than if you listen. Okay. So it works on different parts of your brain and it is going to process information differently. So I read 10 pages. All right. If you need a good book, ask your upline for probably the best book to get started with, but just 10 pages. Even if you literally just read 1 page every time you went pee, you'd get through it. I'm sure you pee more than 10 times a day. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing that you're going to do every single day is a minimum of 2 invitations. You know, it says invite. On an average, if you just did 2 invitations every single day, it's 365 days a year. That's like 720 or so invitations that you'll get out there. I'm talking about new ones, not like to the same 10 people, right? It's different invitations. You get 720 invitations out there throughout the course of the year. Do you think your business might move? Now, even if you had that whole thing of like 1 in 10 people jump in, okay, 720, that's 72 actions that's going to happen in your business, either coaches or customers. 72. If you only put out 2 invitations every single day, of course, you're going to make some headway in your business. The third thing that you need to do every single day, 2 follow-ups. If you're doing 2 invitations every day, at least you'll probably be doing at least 2 follow-ups every day. And that is just checking in with people. And if you need to know how to follow up, check my live video from last week. But it's just follow up. It's your business. People are expecting you to, so follow up. The fourth thing that you should be doing every single day is adding to your network. So adding 1 new contact to your list, not just adding a friend on Facebook, not just adding a follower on Instagram, but I'm talking about literally you take that contact and you put them on your mass contact list. So hopefully you have one place where you're housing all of their information, because hello, if you get locked out of your Facebook tomorrow, you don't want that to be your only means of being able to reach out to people. It's your business. You need to have control of how you will contact people. So adding that person's contact information to your list, either email, phone number, some way that you could get in touch with them, but adding them onto your list, at least 1 person every single day. Again, that's like 365 new people every single year. If you make 365 new friends every year, yes, you're going to go somewhere. These are minimums, guys. When you're doing a push like this, you're probably going to really amp up those numbers, multiply them by 3, and you will probably get your best results there. All right. The 5th thing that you need to do every single day is training. I do the bulk of my training through audio, so that can be personal development training, or it can be potentially training from your upline coach. So here's my best recommendations, my best suggestions for training, especially when you're first getting started. Actually, everybody should be doing this. Download a podcast app on your phone, okay? Because I want you to have your training with you everywhere you go. So download a podcast app on your phone. Here are the 3 non-negotiable podcasts that you should be tuning into every single week, at least 1 per week. At least. Okay, so if you're doing training every single day, right? If you allocate about 30 minutes or so of your day to training, then it should be one of these podcasts, okay? So say, for instance, you do a podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then you do training, like you do training with your upline or some other type of training Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, take Sundays off. Okay. So however you want to create your schedule, create it. That's important. So with your training, here are the podcasts that I recommend need to be on your list to listen to every single week. First of all, the National Wake Up Call. How do you get that? So download a podcast app, and then I want you to search Team Beachbody Coach. It is literally called Team Beachbody Coach. And on that is every single National Wake Up Call, all the previous ones as well. So download that one. The second one that you're going to want to really tune into is the Platinum Edge. And that is our mama. She's my mama. She's probably like your great-great-great-great-great-grandmama. Christine Dwyer, the most successful coach in all of Team Beachbody. She has the largest downline of anybody. She has a podcast called The Platinum Edge. So you should be tuning in and listening to her podcast each and every week, at least one, right? And then the other podcast that you need to be tuning into as well is look for the official Shakeology podcast. I recommend Build Your Tribe by Chalene Johnson, but some of the knowledge is pretty advanced. So if you're not yet in that season, so say for instance you're not doing Snapchat, then don't listen to the ones about Snapchat, right? The idea is focused activity. So 5 things every day, right? 5 things. Focused activity. What I don't want you to do is get stuck in the knowledge trap, which is what a lot of coaches get stuck into. They hear an Instagram and they go, oh my gosh, I'm going to go do that. And then they hear something about Facebook ads. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do that. And then they hear something about Snapchat and oh, I'm going to figure out Snapchat. And then YouTube. Oh, I need to be doing YouTube, right? Find one platform, really, really dig into it deep, right? So everything that you do in your business though needs to be the first 5. These first 5 things. Everything else, any additional training has to come in additional time. So if you set aside an hour a day And 1 hour a day, you will be able to get all these 5 things done, but you got to hustle and you got to be focused. So here's the 5 again. Number 1, read 10 pages. Number 2, minimum 2 invitations every single day. Number 3, a minimum 2 follow-ups every single day. Number 4, minimum adding 1 new contact to your massive contact list. Number 5 is training. And a lot of times that comes through audio. That can be personal development, or it can be training specific to your business, or maybe training specifically on a social platform that you are trying to master. All right. Those are the 5 things every day. So if 30 minutes is dedicated to training, 10 minutes is dedicated to reading your pages, then you got 10 minutes to do your follow-ups, 10 minutes to do your invites, 10 minutes to do your follow-ups, 10 minutes to your invites, and about 5 minutes or so to do that one new contact. Okay, so I might have gone over like 5 minutes, but you guys get the point, right? All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Back to basics. Do the most important things first. Don't get stuck in the glittery things that pop up. Don't get stuck in the knowledge trap. Don't start running in all kinds of directions. Stay focused. Put your head down. Just do the work. And I promise you're going to get success. You will. You will. Thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.